Guys, thank you very much for having me down. Before we get started, the elephant in the room, Marathon des Sables. Marcus, Tom, where are you? Please stand up. Guys, I think in theory we should all be standing up, but I think this is the first moment to really publicly acknowledge the epic feat. Perhaps I should just sit down and just leave Marathon des Sables finishers Tom Otten and Marcus Smith on the board, and we can leave it there for today. Because for me, I like to try and pick bold and interesting things to do, most of which I don't end up finishing. But for these guys, for me, congratulations genuinely from all the bottom of every bit. I felt like I couldn't keep going. You see those little moments and you think, well, actually, if I can't be asked to go and run a 10K out in 40-degree heat today, I'm not sure how those guys managed to run across the Sahara Desert. Okay. Now, last session of this morning, bit of audience participation. So I'm going to drop this down for just a second and pass out some envelopes. There's a few pens at the front here, guys, if you're short of one. Okay, I'd like you just to grab hold of an envelope, okay? And if you can, just write your name on the envelope, on the front of the envelope, but please don't open it, okay? So if you've got one, if there's a few more, just pass them around. There's a few pens at the front, guys. But as we're going through, grab yourself an envelope and just write your own name on it and just own it for me, okay? And that's all I need you to do, just to write your name on the front of it, okay? So when Mark has asked me to speak about something inspirational, it was a kind of tricky one, because I do a lot of public speaking, speak to a lot of people on a daily basis, both in business and the things I enjoy to do. But there's nothing which you ever really regard as personally inspirational. And so I tried to look at what really connects all of us together. And what connects us are our values. And each of us, probably every single person, has one thing in the world they value the most above anything else. Okay? There's one thing that really, really gets you. And what I'd like you to do, please, is write that on the back of your envelope. Please don't open your envelope, but just write down very personally. You're not going to share your envelope with anybody else. But I'd like you to write down on the back of your envelope the one thing that matters more to you than anything else in the world. Okay? No one else is going to see it. No one else. It's not going to be shared with anybody else, guys. Okay. So, I've been very fortunate. I've gone through a bit of a journey, but today is absolutely not about me. But I've had incredible success, epic failure, incredible success, and epic failure. And I suppose, for me, the one thing that has connected all the things I've done throughout life has been the ability just to drag my ass back off the floor and get back up and go again. Okay? And all of that kind of grit and determination, for me, has come from one person only. And that has been, for me personally, I'm sure some, but for my mother, okay, the art of true grit has been instilled in me at a very young age. Okay, so first job, age 9, get out there working on a farm, earning pennies. I learned it's great, earning cash is brilliant. But what more than that, I earned a sense of a work ethic which has standard with me in all the good times and the bad times. And yet, I don't think that I have appreciated that person or the values that they have instilled in me uniformly throughout my life. In fact, to be honest with you, like most boys, I probably treated my parents pretty badly at some point in life. And it was only really on Mother's Day this year where it kind of all came back to me. And over the last few years, I've probably shifted my value proposition and what I see and what I'm doing in life and what really matters to me. But I wrote a little poem to my mother, and I'd like to just share this with you today, guys. And then perhaps it might frame just the last piece of the conversation that we're having. And it went something like this, but I'm probably, because I'm a bit thick, not going to remember it entirely well. Okay? So it basically said, when I was 4, I spent my life throwing tantrums on the floor. By the time I was 14, I could barely keep my teeth clean. Okay? But then I reached 24, and I thought I was Billy Big Bollocks, and I didn't need you anymore. But now that I'm 34, I realize that I need you more and more. And so what I would say to you is that as we get to a certain point in our lives, as we are all today, our values are shifting. And those things that really, really, really should matter to us probably aren't the things that really matter to us right now. Things are inevitably, as we all get older, going to get taken away from us. So what I would like you to do is, in your own time, revisit what you wrote down in that envelope. Open up the envelope and have a little look at the note inside. And then over the next course, the next 12, 24, 36 hours, or even the next 3 or 4 months, really consider those things that you value the most, what you wrote down on that piece of paper, and whether you think that is really the thing that you value the most in life. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to catching up with you all afterwards.